Ushabalazista kalalasunton palalakashin kalalakasto y kalalakatunson balalalalakista tasotololopa. Y kanoloko balalakashin nalakadatunto italabakanalosunto ilalakadatunti bekabatalakonton. Isabalaka, Ushabalalaka. See how easy it is to pretend to speak in tongues, and even as I do that, right, I can really put myself into some kind of feeling or ecstasy. I get a lot of slack. I get a lot of responses to one of my most popular videos that uh, Assemblies of God. You can see the video. I'll put a link. Are the only true Christians. In the 16 doctrines of the Assembly of God, it says that the evidence of one that has the Holy Spirit is speaking in tongues, right? My mere deduction is that if one does not speak in tongues, they do not have the Holy Spirit. But they say this is a separate event, the baptism of the Holy Spirit, right? I don't know about you, but for me it's you either have it or you don't. Okay? And I'm sure, and maybe some of you out there who are tongue-speaking Christians, whether you're Assembly of God or not, okay, feel that when you're in church and someone else is speaking in tongues and you're not, that you're somehow less spiritual, right? You're not part of the inner circle. So you make yourself do it. You can. It's not that hard. I just showed it to you. I could do this in a church, and everyone else would think I'm speaking in tongues and filling the Holy Spirit. That would be their perception for the most part, because of this belief that if you're speaking in tongues, you have the Holy Spirit. You're so spiritual, you know? Now, when I was a Christian, I had a big problem with this, and I was part of a Pentecostal church because I would do my word search. I would do my word study. And you will find, please, you tongue-speaking Christians, you will find, and you probably know some of these scriptures already, and you should, that at the time of Pentecost, right, the words used for speaking in tongues is of one of a known language. I don't have it in front of me. Please go look in your concordance. It means a known language. And when tongues were spoken, there had to be a interpretation. Always. No exception. It says that in Corinthians. There needs to be interpretation. Now, yeah, people can speak gibberish, right? How many times have you heard people speak in tongues and then they interpret when it's not a known language at all, and then they reinterpret? They interpret what they just said, that one person. That's not supposed to be the case in the church. Another one is supposed to interpret it. And I'm sure they can kind of say what they want or feel what it's saying, just by what they're feeling at the time, what that might be saying. Okay? What their people speaking in tongues are saying. It's supposed to be a known language. The interpreter will know what, if someone knows Spanish, someone speaking Spanish, and maybe supposedly they never spoke it before, they can interpret. That's what it's supposed to be about. My other contention has always been with tongues is also, if you have a congregation and everybody pretty much understands English, right? Why does God need to use tongues or another language to speak to a church that all understands English? It could just be English. Again, it's like this spiritual hierarchy. It's like this spiritual ego. I was in the church for many years. I know how it works, okay? I've had these experiences, okay? I've conjured myself up, or I had other people, they're putting their head on me, and it's this kind of self-hypnosis. You're in the environment, there's a certain peer pressure. It's there. It's there. Now, listen, I'm not going to deny anyone's experiences, and I always say experiences are subjective, okay? They're no basis for truth. You can say, but I had this experience, but I know. Fine. I'm not going to argue with you, okay? But it's not a basis for truth because many people have different experiences of different beliefs and non-beliefs. Are you going to deny their truth? Are you going to deny their experience because it doesn't line up with what you believe? To me, I'm sorry, that's absurd. It's hypocrisy. If you're going to use experience as the basis of your truth, because you could be uh, led to believe to experience things. Have you ever been to a magic show? Right? To create illusions is very easy. Have you ever been conned by someone? You know? Watch what this hand is doing while the other hand is doing something else, you know? It's a magician trick, an illusion. It happens in our mind all the time. You ever see those things posted on Facebook? You know, you're looking at a picture, it could appear like the dots are moving, it can appear like the whole picture is moving when it's just actually just nothing's moving. It's just a picture. It's just the way our eyes are perceiving it and how our brain processes it. It's the same way in a lot of these uh, gatherings. It's a mass hypnosis. So, I mean, that's all I have to say. It's not really hard for anyone just to pretend and make it sound all good. I just showed you. Be well, everybody. Namaste.